Hey guys, Bella Biker back here with another video for you. Welcome again to my YouTube page. I'm gonna go through some specs on gear today. I'm gonna talk a little bit about riding gear. We talked a little bit about the boots, the suit, the gloves, the helmet, and stuff like that. So today I'm gonna talk a little bit about footwear. So on the track, overall, you literally need to protect every part of your body. I know I mentioned that in my prior video. One of the most important things is if you ever fall, you want to make sure that you are protected, right? So, what should you wear? Coming from street riding, and I know I mentioned this to you guys prior, I've been a street rider for almost 12 years. I had to break a lot of bad habits, although I used to wear the jackets and maybe some short boots and some light street riding gloves. I really didn't have official track gear and stuff like that until I actually started to go on track and do that. So where did I begin, right? So for boots, I wanted to show you what I use. So track riding boots. Now there's a lot of different brands out there, but this particular one is ALPINE Stars. Those of you who ride motorcycles, you probably already know what I'm talking about, but for those of you that don't, ALPINE Stars is a company that pretty much manufactures some great boots and items. So specifically, when I went to go pick some boots for the track, I wanted to find out a little bit more about what it is that they actually offer, what the fit was, and all that. Prior to having this particular boot, I actually had a Puma race boot, which I bought it because, honestly, it matched the bike and I thought it was cool. But it was probably the least functional boot that I pretty much have ever put on. And, in terms of shifting and comfort and all that, how I was going to make this work with my suit and everything, and it was really uncomfortable. I'm actually going to give you some specs on the boot. I actually downloaded the specifics so I don't forget anything on it. But these are the ALPINE Stars STELLA SMX6 vented boots. So vented meaning it has these little perforated items right here to get some sort of airflow that goes into the actual boot, but it has armor pretty much almost all the way around the boot. So for now, I would say I've only had 2 different boots right now, but so far this has got to be one of the most comfortable ones I've had. But then again, like I said, as this year unfolds and the season comes to its beginning, I'm probably going to upgrade and try other products and see if there are other things out there. And of course, if you guys might have any suggestions on what would be a great boot that you feel comfortable in, drop it down below. Maybe I can pick them up this summer and then I'll do a review on them. So overall, I'm just reading off of the spec sheet that I have. It's very, very durable. It's resistant to abrasion and stuff. The reason why I know that is because this is the boot I actually fell and lived to tell the story. So it's pretty much got the rubber sole, the ankle brace. It has protection, obviously, lateral, top half, ankle support. It basically has vents. It has a heel counter, shin plates, breathable inserts, and all of that good stuff. And the double ankle protection is really awesome when you're wearing them. There's a level of security that you have to protect some of the things that are super important, like your ankles. In addition to that, it's got this slider on the side. Yes, drag the little slider over here on track. And then overall, it's got a closure system on the other side. Most boots you'll see of this length, so it goes probably mid-calf range. You'll see a lot of the times on each side. And this makes it just easier for you when I show you the full video of the tracksuit on how a lot of the tracksuits, the leg piece goes in here, and then it's such a big, bulky, area, and then you have to slide it in here, and then you have to get it to fit. So the Velcro thing does help out a lot. So if I open this up for you guys, you'll see that here's the zipper right here. You basically put the boot in there, you zip yourself up, and then you basically it's adjustable in terms of you being able to strap your boot nice and tight in there. And I know some of the newer boots, boot is shorter now to the ankle because the actual tracksuit will go over the actual boot. I've seen a couple of them on track. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of that. But I know that there are some riders out there that enjoy having that as an option because it could be a lot in your ankle when you're stuffing it in there and the zipper is pressing against your leg and stuff like that. So it does give you a little bit of a a comfortability factor, and just kind of depends on what it is that you want as far as the fit itself. I'll see if there's a way that when I actually do my suiting, I can get some sort of picture of what it would look like so that you guys can get a better idea of, you know, what the fit would be like and stuff like that.
So if you look right here, you'll be able to see my suit tucked into the actual boot right there.
You can remove these side sliders, so if you go down, they scrape, or anything that they get damaged, they can be removed and replaced typically. So there's like a little lock thing in there that helps you out. The reason why I got this, I believe it comes in 2 or 3 different colors. I'll have to check that for you guys, but you know, they have the all black. The SMX6 boot was actually super popular when it first came out, and then they had the vented one, which on really, really hot track days, it provides some sort of airflow for you. It does make a difference when you're in that hot track suit and it's 85 degrees. It feels like it's about 145 degrees in that suit. When I'm riding on track and I'm kind of crouched down, I do feel some airflow, not only through my suit, which is vented, but also through my boots, which I enjoy. Some people don't like it, or if there's cold weather riders out there that might not want any type of airflow, you might want to get the one that's not vented. So that's just the difference between the type of boot and the style. Boot itself is CE certified. So that's something I wanted to mention. So CE certified. CE certified, I mean, it's actually comes from the French word of, like, I think it's the opposite way, but it's basically, it's certified in which it's rated for the most amount of crash protection that you can get. So CE rated, European certified, I believe it is. So it's inverted. So CE, if you ever hear CE rated armor, it's supposed to be armor that you can use on the track, or it's a higher level of security. So CE rated is something you might want to look at when you think of armor, back protectors and things like that we'll talk a little bit about at a later time. So boots. So the Alpine Stars SMX6 boot is something that you might want to take a look at. For me as a woman rider, this is women's, but they do make it for men as well. It's extremely comfortable. It is pretty flexible in terms of like being able to like wear it and actually tuck it into the boot. The inside is pretty, you know, comfortable, I would say. So I actually enjoy wearing this boot on the track itself. You know, comment down below and let me know if you've ever had the SMX6 boot or anything to the similar. I know Alpine Stars makes phenomenal gear and clothing, so if something else out there that I should check out, please drop the comment below and then I can take a look at it. But just so you know, this is the SMX6 boot. This is what I use on track right now. I'm looking forward to maybe, you know, changing that next season. I'm not 100% sure yet, but because they always say why change something if it's working well for you, as your basic armored protection. So in addition to that, remember we talked a little bit about having a suit, and we'll go into that in my next video or the following. You know, you're gonna need to have the proper head protection, Chanel rated helmets, and gauntlet gloves. So
I actually have another video on gauntlet gloves. Check it out.
Up to here, you know, and they basically pull on and they strap around, go sliding into first base like I did. You will have the best opportunity to not get your hands all mangled up. So hopefully this has helped you. It's a quick clip. Boot protection is super important. I'm gonna go ahead and list in the bottom box below some options for boots for women and men. One of the sites that I actually purchased this boot in was Revzilla. It's a reputable site. There are other sites that you can purchase from, for example, Cycle Gear and a lot of these other moto places. You know, try to stick with, you know, a company that offers maybe like free returns. Revzilla does. That's why I'm totally into shopping with them. They do not charge you if the item comes and it does not fit. Keep in mind that when you do order through Revzilla, sometimes they'll have some things in stock, and sometimes you'll look at things and it'll take 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 12 weeks for processing. So you want to get your orders in now. Being on the West Coast and it's all year round riding is one thing. But if you're here on the East Coast like me and your season is not here and you're about to get into the season in the next 90 days or the 4 months, you want to make sure that you start looking into these options now, registering through the groups and trying to get some track days going. You can't necessarily even register too far in advance also, especially if you're on the, you know, the East Coast, because our weather is very like sporadic. So like one day it could be like 20 degrees and the next day it could be 60 degrees and the next day it could be raining and you're not going anywhere on track. For me, I personally choose not to. I just don't feel safe, and it's something from when I was doing street riding years ago. I just hated to ride in the rain. I just find traction is different, and even though people do it, it's just not an enjoyable experience for me. And because I'm not a MotoGP rider, I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyways, so I hope that has helped you a little bit as far as like what kind of boot, but there are taller boots, there are shorter boots. I'm gonna do another quick clip on the Puma boots that I actually have. I can give you a quick preview of the original Puma boot that I have that's for racing. It was actually really, really big, and I didn't realize that I had bought the wrong size, but at the end of the day, this wasn't my most favorite boot, but it looks pretty amazing. You know, they do have a line. This is available on Revzilla.com. Another great place that you can go to that I'm sure you guys have heard of is Cycle Gear. Cycle Gear is a great place that has a little of everything. So if you haven't been there already, I would recommend going to Cycle Gear and seeing if you could try on a jacket. I actually went there not too long ago because I buy everything pretty much online. If I need something, I will give myself enough time, or I'll buy 2 of something this way that I get free returns and I can send it back. That's another thing. If you're not 100% sure on sizing, you know, and you can purchase 2, you can get one of them, try it on, and then this way you have it from when you need it if you're pressed for time. And then what you could do is just send the other one back. So, and then they'll refund you the money. So that's an option if that's something you want to do. I know that I've been pressed for things sometimes and I'm like, oh, I need another pair of X, Y, and Z. I'll go and just buy 2 of the items and then I'll return whichever one doesn't fit. So I hope that was extremely helpful. If not, and you have additional questions, please ask them down below. Once again, like I said, you know, we're gonna do this whole 101, 102 and get through a lot of the different ways that we can help get you ready for either your first track day or if you ever not been on track and you want to get on track for the first time. So just remember the basics. It's not like street riding. You want to get yourself the proper gear. Think about CE rated things that you're looking at and make sure that when you're actually in these websites and you're looking, you know, just research and read, you know, YouTube, a million types of gear. We just want to make sure that you have the right one that's comfortable for you. Just think of it like this. It's an investment in your survival. So keep that in mind when you're making decisions. It can be very expensive for racing and suiting and shoes and helmets. But at the end of the day, if you walk away from an accident or a crash or a collision or anything at all on the bike without a scratch, then you're winning. And it was worth every penny spent. So just to keep that in mind, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm not quite sure if other people out there are doing exactly what I'm doing, but I'm gonna bring you my take on what it is that you need to do to get on track from A to Z and try to take this journey with me. And you know, I am so appreciative for each and every one of you that has shown me some love and has welcomed me into the community. So thank you again, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Ride safe and be safe. Bella Biker here.